Counseling is a divine process that started with when the Quran was revealed to the prophets with the holy books. In the Quran, you can see that this divine process unfolds itself in every ayah that you read, in every verse that you read. Counseling through the Quranic verses provides you with the divine reassurances, where reassurance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes up for you once you read that ayah and provides you that comfort and relief in that hard time. You must have noticed that these verses also instill hope in difficult times. It promotes the optimistic thinking. It promotes resilience in a way that you look for the future. You know that you are supported. You know that the divine help is there. And that is exactly what happens in the counseling process once an individual comes to seek help. The person is sure that the person would be supported. The person is sure that the other person is present and would understand. Generally, it is seen as a very modern concept once we talk about the counseling process, but it all started back then. It has its root in Islamic principles. So now talking about the concept of trust. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that whoever puts trust in him, he is sufficient for them. That is the importance of trust. It is not just the relationship between human beings. Trust is an important element in the human relationship with the divine, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How trust is maintained? It is maintained and built through consistency, where the other person knows that what the relationship is about, what your role is, what that person's role is. And it is based on honesty and care. So in this verse, as I mentioned, there are two specific commands. Istima, that is listening with intent. Now, listening with intent here means that you are listening to the words, but at the same time, you are listening what is underneath these words. What is the meaning of it? What is the person trying to imply if we talk about the counseling process? And insat, that is total silence. You observe silence, only then you can listen. So if we relate it to the counseling session, this signifies that silence is not just the absence of speech. Generally with counselors, it happens that there is a tendency to speak. But silence is a very important intervention in the counseling process because it has its own purpose. It is an active way to hold space for the other person's pain or experience. Silence equals your presence in the session with the client. So whenever you speak, it needs to be after you have engaged in the active listening process, where you have actually understood what the client is trying to say.